back in the cute little flowery field pond.
How did I, Cloud Strife, wind up in this situation?
Picking flowers with this pretty girl.
I didn't silence my phone. We're 2 seconds in. We're already botching it. May as well just restart the whole thing now.
Not me making sure mine is also not silent. Just looking at this nice, pretty scenery.
Yeah.
Pretty waterfall.
What do they do to like make sure that they aren't just hounded night and day by like people trying to buy their house or you ever seen Secondhand Lions?
Oh, the name rings a bell.
So
but
young Haley Joel Osment's not super
We don't
young,
need to
like
hurry.
teenage Haley Joel
We're not
Osment.
under the gun or anything.
I'm not cut out for this crap.
Sure you are. And when you're done, you'll be drowning in job offers.
We're taking this to like the kid house.
To the orphanage.
Yeah.
Yep. No, but I was gonna say in Secondhand Lions, there's a thing where it's like the two old guys who own the house are there's rumors that they're super rich, so they're just constantly harassed by traveling salesmen.
How do you think
I
they arrange
see.
these flowers?
Dunno.
Well, we'll soon find out.
It's really not my area of expertise, Aerith. I don't know that much about floral arrangements.
What do they call the orphanage? They have like a name.
The
for
Leaf
it.
House.
Leaf House. I knew
Yeah.
tree house was not correct.
Yeah, no,
but
there
that it
were
was
a couple.
plant.
We heard a couple of NPCs back in Sector 7 mention the Leaf House. Mentioned that Biggs apparently grew up there and also worked there for a while.
Okay.
We're gonna hear people mention that again as well. Somebody later is gonna talk about how they used to work with Biggs here.
Oh, okay. Cool. Look at those
One
kiddos.
day, I want to grow up and be just like Jessie.
Aw.
Now, when the kid says that, do they mean they want to be an actress, or do they mean they want to be like an explosives expert?
I'll wait out here.
Oh, okay. But I might be a while. Why not check out the town?
Why not check out the town? I can't think of any logical reason not to. So this theme is interesting. I've mentioned before, is like obviously we've even done comparisons. There's a lot of themes from the original game redone here. There's some new stuff. Most of the new stuff is composed by one of the new composers. This theme is actually by Nobuo Uematsu, who's the original composer.
Okay.
This is a new theme. He came back to do the end credits theme, which we won't hear for a while.
Yeah.
This is an instrumental version of that theme. It's the area theme for Sector 5.
Okay.
Someone told me that talking to them would help them grow bigger.
I love to study.
I'm glad to hear it. This is a classic RPG bit where to progress we have to leave. We have to walk around for a little while. We don't really have an objective other than wander around, and eventually the game will say we've wandered around enough. This guy kind of looks like Nobuo Uematsu.
This here's the Sector 5 Community Center. Truth be told, it's really just a place for us old folks to sit and chat.
Great. Love that you have that.
Care to stay and keep us company a bit?
I like the painting of the dove with the flowers over it, but like you'd think you'd put some words maybe.
Like community center.
No, I mean I guess everybody who lives here knows they don't really need the help.
Yeah.
So whatever.
The blade in the reactors.
You guys got a jukebox? You guys are jamming out?
There are a bunch of old folks chilling in there.
There's a couple of the same old folks.
Mhm.
Pretty sure that guy was outside, and there's another one over there on the sofa.
Oh
Some end up working for that Don Corneo.
no! Don Corneo. Wow.
This is a tango version of the Final Fantasy victory theme.
Nice. The album artwork?
Yep.
Question?
Yeah. that's it.
Reminds me of a picture I finally framed, like actually right before I came over here, because I finally ordered a frame for it. Because I just haven't seen any that I've liked, and it's not like a super weird size, but it just...
Got the opposite problem around here. We got a lot of stuff that is framed from previous houses that never went up on the wall, just sitting around. Now you'll note this isn't a vending machine. We didn't buy this music track. We just got it for walking up to it. This is a jukebox, like is in Seventh Heaven. So we can play whatever music we want here.
Ooh.
So I think I'm gonna leave that one dude's Chocobo mixtape with all the old folks. I think they'll love it. I think they'll really dig this new sound, this funky new noise. Celeris is an item that...
Really?
Yes, it is yes. It's an item that can give you haste, the haste status effect. We're not going to get materia that lets you cast that for a little while longer. But we can give it to somebody forcefully with that item if we want. Just gotta drink that down.
The plate fell out of the sky?
Just that once, and it'll never happen again.
My teacher thinks I'd make a great merchant, but I think joining the military is way cooler.
So sometimes the NPC barks in this game are a little bit annoying because like they'll like duck the first line really quiet and subtitles won't show up because it's just meant to be crowd noise. So like for example, right there they had a line before. I know you're talking about Wall Market. Stay away from that, but it didn't play it at the proper volume. Sometimes it's really annoying to hear the whole conversation.
The plate fell. Everybody thought it was the end.
The plate fell out of the sky?
That time I actually got the whole line.
It'll never happen again.
So we're gonna take a quick look at the sky and see what they're talking about. You can see up above, there's a big gap. They haven't finished constructing this section of the plate where it apparently fell a long time ago. Now here's something that's weird. I think this skybox is actually misaligned because we are in Sector 5 right now, and it's the Sector 6 plate that fell. I'm pretty sure, because we talked about some issues with the skyboxes in this game, and they were a little low resolution, they look a little funky.
If you learn your ABCs, you can read any book.
One day, I want to grow up and be just
We're standing pretty much directly underneath it right now.
Yeah.
But if we look at the, remember our fancy little wireframe world map,
Oh, yeah.
we can see that we're right on the edge of Sector 5, kind of going into... We're right next to Sector 6 here. We can also see on the map that every single plate, in addition to being connected to the big central strut, has a, like, support pillar that is right dead in the middle. You see those little beams? So over here on the Sector 6 plate, we can see a big gap obviously rendered in, but there's still a support plate. The support pillar, I mean, behind
right
where it
edge.
collapsed, because presumably the support pillar stopped the rest of it from collapsing. We can also see there's a support pillar here in Sector 5, but all of this stuff seems a little bit misaligned. We can see, as part of like the JPEG skybox, we can see the support pillar that's way over to our right. It's kind of behind that water tower.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see.
Like I said, because I think this is misaligned, I think that's technically the Sector 7 support strut.
Okay.
If we turn around and go to our left, we're in Sector 5 right now, so the Sector 5 support strut is rendered in as a 3D asset, because we walked by that earlier.
Okay.
It was near the train station. But we're right smack dab in the middle of this thing, and that's way off to the left. This is, I'm pretty sure, an error that they didn't fix, because again, I've mentioned before, this game got no post-release patches.
Okay.
There's another little error with the skybox that I'll point out in a couple of episodes. The lights, you know, the big lamps that we turned off a couple episodes ago. At nighttime, we will be able to see that those lights are 3D assets. They're not part of the skybox.
Okay.
And not only are a couple of them, we can maybe say, oh, maybe they're misaligned. We're later going to see one of those lights is literally floating in the air where the plate is missing.
Great.
We can see it better at nighttime. And I went and looked. That isn't fixed in the PS5 and PC version, which is a little unfortunate. But I don't know. Maybe if there are scenes in the Undercity of Midgar in Rebirth, maybe they'll fix it there.
Yeah.
It's haunted. When rich people walk through here, their gil and jewels magically then we don't have to worry about anything.
I wonder if I'm considered rich. I think I had like what 20,000, 30,000 gil, but I don't know what like the real world dollar equivalent of gil is. So I don't know if that's a lot of money or not.
I just love the smell of that new fabric softener.
Have you tried new Downy Rinse and Refresh?
They talk about it's chocobo scented fabric softener. I don't think I ever went back and got that full. You just made a face, yeah. You're like maybe it's like what does chocobo smell like? Does it really smell all that good?
Here's the thing. So to me, chocobo is like chicken horse, and, and neither of those things are what I want my
maybe
towels
it's like
smell.
fried chicken smell.
That's not better.
This lady's freaked out that these girls are filming a TikTok on the rusty roof. This kid, we met him in the previous episode. His name's Oates. I think he's at the Leaf House. We met him when we came into town with Aerith previously.
Okay.
So there are two ways to advance the scenario here. You can either wander around long enough for Cloud to say, I should probably head back, or you can talk to Oates. I didn't film this because I didn't have time. I'll probably put in a little bonus later.
Okay.
If you talk to him, he says, hey, where's Aerith? And Cloud says, the Leaf House. And then he just takes off without saying anything else. And then you can go back there and you can trigger the next story.
Nice.
It's a little awkward.
That's fine. No, that's great.
I think I just... That chest just had money in it. I think I just stole, like, the tip that somebody left on the table at that cafe.
How dare.
That's a fine-looking piece of scrap.
That's what's called easy money.
We even got to be on TV.
And to think, all we had to do was shit-talk Avalanche behind that reporter.
Hey, let's get one thing straight. Everything I said, I meant it.
Well, at least you weren't paid to lie on the news.
Yeah?
I guess you can go to bed feeling good at night that you weren't technically a crisis actor because you meant it.
Yeah. Granted, I feel like in most scenarios, if they can find people to just talk shit, then
nothing but the best here.
They won't pay them.
Shinra's got plenty of money.
True.
No.
True.
Chadley was waiting for us on the corner, so I think I need to listen to this soothing tune for a moment to relax myself before I deal with him. This is another theme for an area that we won't get to in the course of Remake Part 1. This is a coastal city that we will visit in Part 2.
Okay.
Or which, was in the original, obviously. But yeah, plenty of music from stuff that we don't get to in Part 1 here. Ah! Where'd you come from? So Oates just follows you around. Wherever you go, he will just, like, stand behind you to try and trigger you to
talk to him.
Yeah, to get his cutscene.
I understand you must be busy, but I hope you haven't forgotten about
Are you following me?
I was going to say, isn't he normally in
Yes, he's in Sector 7. Did he know that we fell from the roof and landed in a church and meet us halfway? Why is he here?
Perhaps you can lend me your assistance in gathering data to test it?
What do you need, Chadley?
Cloud, I have the most amazing news. I believe I might know how to develop summoning materia, something heretofore thought impossible. Scientists say that this materia can only be found in nature, but I may just be able to prove otherwise.
Okay.
And so, Cloud, I turn to you. I would like to test this theory by way of my combat simulator. To wit, I want you to fight and defeat summon data in VR. I sense that you find my phrasing to be somewhat obtuse.
Well?
Cloud has no patience. He's developed a new combat simulator. VR missions! Does Chadley have, like, a lab? Where does he do this stuff? He's just got that knapsack and he's just wandering around. Where does he get his resources from? You know, he said he works for Shinra. He's an intern for Shinra or whatever, but
Please let me know when you have made your preparations.
How's he doing all this in secret? Anyway, as discussed previously, when you get new assignments for to help Chadley with his book report, if you've already completed those challenges, they auto-populate. Okay. So even if they weren't listed previously, if you completed those tasks, you don't have to go and do them again.
Well, that's good.
It's all being secretly tracked in the background. So he's got a couple of new things for us, none of which we're really gonna mess with right now. He's got steal materia, which does what it says on the tin. You can steal items from enemies. Percentage chance of landing it, of course.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about what the ATB boost materia does later. And the provoke materia is kind of your tanking materia.
Okay.
If it's on an enemy if it's on a character who you're not currently controlling, and another party member drops into critical health, then
that guy.
Then the one who has provoke material will get all the enemies to come and attack him.
Okay.
The AI is pretty smart about just turtling up and holding down defense when that happens. Typically.
Well, that's good.
And as you level it up, basically it lasts longer. They will attract enemies for longer, and the refresh time is lower. Because right now it's I think they can only provoke for 60 seconds, and after it's done, or 30 seconds, and after it's done, they have to wait 2 minutes before they can do it again.
Oh, I see.
And as we level it up, you have to wait less time, and the effects last longer.
Okay, I gotcha.
We don't have Barrett in the party right now. But
Barrett I was just to say, so he's the guy you put it on.
Yeah, exactly. You can also put one of the other things we just bought was... Oh, by the way, we talked about this previously. You asked if we can reset weapon skill trees.
Uh-huh.
This is how we do it here with Chadley.
Okay.
I said it costs a lot of money. It doesn't. It's a nominal fee, 100 gil. So basically nothing. But yeah, so that's if you were displeased with the choices you made on leveling your weapons, you can reset them with Chadley.
Okay. Yeah, 100 gil is less than that tip we stole.
It's true.
Just got in a big old shipment of fabric softener.
Is it Chocobo scented?
No stain too tough. That's not what fabric
That's not
softener
what fabric softener does. They don't know, man. The man down in the slums, they got limited options though. They can only get their hands on fabric softener. They can't get detergent.
A piece for free, and a golden one means 1,000 free.
Oh my goodness.
Nuh-uh. No grown-ups allowed.
Yeah? Whoa, calm down, kid. Everybody's still standing around watching the TV. There is no longer, you know, a whole animated cutscene going on the TV. It's now just turned into a slideshow. But there is still a lot more actual news report dialogue. But this one girl down in the corner, she somehow, I totally flipped her out.
Pacing. She's nervous about it. She's anxious.
What'll happen if
Furthermore, initial reports confirm that terrorists were coordinating their efforts with Wutai. A revelation that has left many citizens shaken.
That avalanche doesn't
Though
scare
the
me.
ceasefire was declared 5 years ago, the scars are still fresh.
Kid, calm down.
Midgar anymore. Parents died in the war will attest to.
We all need to help Shinra.
Anti-Wutai sentiment has reached a fever pitch in the city as more information about their involvement comes to light. And amid this growing hostility, many believe that war is inevitable. These citizens are already gathering in Sector 2.
We're not going to let them purge Midgar anymore.
Hoping it will include a declaration of war.
Everybody's hopeful. Maybe there'll be a declaration of war at his speech tomorrow. Yay! That'll be exciting.
That'll be so exciting.
I mean, to be completely fair, they have been the victims of multiple terrorist attacks in a week. But it still seems like more evidence is not yet full evidence. We don't know.
Yeah.
But hey, what do we care? What do we care? So yeah. So if you just hang out long enough, eventually Cloud says best head back, and you do get a new objective pop to just head to the Leaf House. But so now Oates will have disappeared. He's not around anymore to beg us to come in. No, just to say where's Aerith and then take off without any further comment.
Wutai dogs.
Yeah. So this is, I mean, I think we talked about this a little bit last time around, but this is, there's been a lot, like, obviously a lot more game in terms of runtime hours than in the original. Because, like, everything's, you know, expanded way out and whatnot.
Yeah.
But both in the original and here, this is kind of I don't necessarily want to say a turning point, but I would say it's where there's kind of a dollop of additional kind of, like, intrigue and just, like, interest in what's going on in the story thrown onto everything. Because until now, it's been sort of a linear, like, Shinra bad, gonna go blow up these things, right? And now we've been dumped into, it seems like a completely different story, practically. Literally fell down in here. We're totally separated from any characters we've ever met before. And Aerith, we ran into her before, obviously, but there's nothing, we don't know what her deal is.
Yeah.
And I think this is where, in both versions of the game, this is where FF7 kind of starts to reveal its hand a little bit more. Like there's a bit more going on with this game.
Hey, it's Oates.
Yep.
He found her.
Yep. Eventually, he figures out he should stop following Cloud and maybe walk toward Aerith's house.
You could say that. Sounds like someone spooked the kids. Yeah.
You can hear the hip-hop, the Chocobo playing in the background
they ran
still.
away after this creepy guy wearing black clothes showed up.
A Turk?
That's what I thought, but no. It's this guy who's always stumbling around town in a dirty robe full of holes. They say he's sick or something. Oh, and he had some kind of number tattooed on his arm. I don't like the sound of this. I'm gonna check it out.
I know someone who fits that description. I'll come with.
Okay. Come on.
Oh, the neighbor.
Yeah, the neighbor. The neighbor who wasn't in good condition. Who we thought we saw our ex-boyfriend when we were talking to him previously, but turned out Cloud was just tripping balls as per usual.
No, it's much too dangerous. But I have to climb up there so people will like me.
Oh man.
How do kids come up with this?
Oh man. That's rough.
I don't know. Well, no, actually, I think it is actually intentional. There are like, we're gonna see some stuff coming up in a second here. You know, we were talking a lot about Cloud wants people to think that he is cool. And we were talking in the last episode about how it's like his whole shtick isn't working on Aerith because Aerith is cooler than he is.
Limits to grown-ups. But if we want to rescue them, well, we gotta break the rules.
breaking the rules is cool.
Yep.
We're both rule breakers, me and Aerith. That's why.
Are we really like grown-ups?
I mean, they're both over 18.
I guess.
Yes, hello, I'm here. What's going on?
Aerith's come to help.
Yeah, leave it to us. We'll take care of it from here.
But there are monsters out there.
Don't worry. I've brought a super strong friend along with me.
I used to be a soldier. So where's the guy?
I don't know. He disappeared and we can't find him.
Right now, let's worry about the kids.
Come on.
He's zooming.
I am a mercenary. I don't work for free. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to see what's in this chest over here.
Pretty
a little bit.
Flower, pretty blue flower. Won't you talk to me?
Huh?
You colorblind, kid?
I think the bigger issue is that she expects a flower to talk.
I mean,
that only happens in Undertale.
This is Final Fantasy.
Pretty red flower, pretty white flower.
Oh, she's just on the spectrum. Okay, got it. Got it. All right, just a Moogle medal. Boy, these kids better not be in too much trouble.
Please, help my friends come back home.
Okay.
Aww.
Sorry, I made fun of you.
How is a flower gonna help with that?
Hurry and find our friends, okay?
I love these kids' playground. They've got a massive pirate ship with sails made out of sheet metal that they've requisitioned.
What if they're attacked by monsters out there?
They ran off this way. Be careful.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Where do you think they went?
Who knows? They're kids. Nothing to do but look all over.
I just hope we
The
find
music
them.
has gotten intense.
Yeah, it did. So I guess I don't know if we've even talked about it in previous episodes. Have I mentioned how old any of these characters are?
I don't know.
Cloud's 21.
Okay.
Tifa's 20.
Okay.
Aerith is 22.
Okay.
I forget Barrett's exact age. He's like 34, 35. He's in his mid-30s.
Okay.
Which is, feels kind of young for how the characters act and talk sometimes, but also, by the standards of JRPGs, it's actually kind of old.
Yeah.
I remember when I was playing this with Joey 10 years ago, and he asked how old Cloud was, and I said 21, and he was like, he's 21? I figured he was 16 or something. Ex-soldier. Anyway, so we got doing our materia setup here. We got a lot of monsters in this area. Monsters are typically weak to ice. So we'll keep that simple. I'm trying to remember exactly how I do all this. Yeah, so I give Aerith first strike, and I put provoke onto Cloud, so that we can see how some of that works during this. I think.
I was gonna ask something. I don't remember what it was.
No, I'm sorry.
You're okay.
The little hedgehog pies like to shoot fire at us. So I'm gonna slap that on Aerith to give her some defense. I should pull up my notes that I wrote, because I unlike last time I did not have the chance to route. I just shot everything the one time. This time I rehearsed everything and wrote notes beforehand, which is why I'm doing this material with a little bit more confidence. I should pull up my notes so I can be reading what I was doing, make commentating a lot easier. I'll fix that in a second. I'll get up and do that during a cutscene. It's me looking at my notes and figuring out what I'm supposed to include. But yeah, no. So we obviously got to see a little bit of Aerith last time around, but I was actually kind of we were usually killing enemies too fast for me to really show any of her abilities off that much. So I'm going to endeavor to do a better job of showing off what Aerith has going on. I'm also going to endeavor to show off some of the new material that we've got here. Like I said, so steadfast block, we just got. Basically, whenever you're using your block and this is equipped, it reduces your damage, the damage you take even more. And it fills up your ATB gauge even more when you take those hits.
Nice, nice.
And you can level it up, and it gets stronger and stronger. That is one that, again, you pair that with someone has provoke on and steadfast block. The AI usually knows to just turtle up when a dozen enemies start attacking them. So you can do that to really reduce the amount of damage they're taking, and even though their ATB will fill up instantly once it's leveled up.
That's pretty cool.
And yeah, they can start swinging. We're gonna go ahead and set Aerith as leader, and I gave her the first strike materia, so she's gonna go into every battle with some ATB already,
Don't you mean
so that we can see more of her stuff. So she's got a bunch of different stuff. Like I said last time around, I hadn't really had the time to review and rehearse, so I didn't remember how all of her stuff worked.
Mm-hmm.
So she shoots her little magic balls at people, obviously, when you just hit attack, but she's, her triangle abilities are a little complicated and I think confuse most people when they first play this game. It's also worth remembering, folks, that all magic spells do technically have a very small AoE. Like right there, I killed 2 of those guys with 1 blizzard spell.
Mm-hmm.
The more powerful blizzard spells or more powerful magic spells in general have bigger AoEs.
Okay.
But you can possibly hit 2 people if they're bunched up with the same spell. I also figured out more like healing tech. Remember when we were like mashing potion use to multi-use something? If you use it on someone other than Cloud, Cloud can keep running while they stand still and cast potions.
Very cool.
So, if you hold down triangle, she can throw out this mine, which will eventually explode and damage anything within that little ring that's around it.
Sorry, but I gotta.
Yeah. You can also, even holding down her attack, similarly like how Cloud, when you hold down his attack, he does different stuff. If you're holding Aerith's attack, she'll shoot out multiple projectiles that hit different targets. If you just tap, she's targeting one person. And if you tap Tempest, which is her mine, instead of holding it, if you just tap it, then she shoots 3 in a rapid burst at one enemy, which is how I launched that rat up into the air a second ago.
Very nice, very nice.
Like I said, Aerith is a little like, I think people in general don't quite understand how to play her, and they're like, oh, I guess she's just good at magic, and I will build up her ATB and have her cast magic. She's got a lot of other stuff she can do.
Okay. Ah, there they are.
And they're not alone.
I see the little hedge pie or whatever.
The kids were in the river. The kids were on a little island of trash in the middle of the river.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little far away.
I thought they maybe were, but I wasn't sure.
No, they're a little far away. They could have stood to zoom in a little bit more there.
That's okay. That's all right.
So yeah, so when you hold down triangle, you get that like burst of light around her as she spins her baton back behind herself. If you just tap it, she spins it around behind her and then shoots, and there's not that burst of light to indicate that she's charged up the mine. Killed those guys too fast and shot Blizzard at nothing. So right there, I just pressed Tempest instead of holding it, so she just spun around and shot 3 blasts at that guy, launched him up in the air.
Nice.
And again, I fired Blizzard too soon and aimed at where he was in the air, so it didn't hit anything.
This one's for you.
So yeah, now Cloud's down in critical health, so there's only this 1 rat left, so we're not really going to get to see how it works, because Cloud's just going to kill it. But it said Cloud draws the enemy's attention. Any enemies that are on the field should go and attack Cloud now instead of Aerith.
Okay.
That it?
No, Cloud isn't as beefy as Barrett. He is beefier than Aerith.
Easy. Come on.
Doing fights stuff here reminds me that I've had a couple different people be like, hey, did you know they announced an Avatar fighting game?
An Avatar fighting game?
Yeah.
That's weird because they were doing a freaking... There's a Nickelodeon fighting game with Avatar characters in it. Why do they need a dedicated Avatar fight? Did they announce a fighting game or just like a general like a crap little like Avatar tie-in game?
I didn't watch.
I know there was a recent Avatar tie-in game that was like classic shovelware from the 2000s.
Avatar: The Last Airbender competitive multiplayer fighting game announced. Expected to be in early access 2025. Yeah. And
that franchise is about to get really messy.
Yeah, I'm not excited about it. I wasn't excited about the live action show, and then somebody was like,
I've been avoiding the trailer like the plague.
Oh, I haven't seen it either. But then they were like, oh, they're bringing back the original guys, and I was like, oh, okay, well maybe it'll actually be all right then. And then within the last couple weeks, I saw something about like they cut out the war in Ba Sensei.
I don't think about with the live action show. That's like we don't know anything about. The first season is just about the first season live action show is an adaptation of the original first season. We ain't gonna get there.
Sure, fine, but like, are we not gonna talk the whole? the whole Ba Sensei arc is that there's no war in.
I don't think there's any news about that. I think if you saw that, that's probably fake because we don't even know about what's in the first season.
I see what you're saying now. Okay.
I think that's probably made up.
Well, then that makes me feel a little bit better about
it. I mean, I wouldn't. The reason I said it's about to get really messy isn't just because of the live action show. It's because so the creators of the show were attached to the live action show and then they left.
Yeah.
But now, no. But then Paramount made a dedicated Avatar Studios to make more Avatar animated projects, and they're working on a feature film and multiple TV shows, and I'm like, you don't need all that. You don't need all that.
That's scary.
I don't really care if it's the original people attached, and I'm not saying that because I don't like Korra or whatever. I think they don't need more because I'm one of the people out there who actually enjoys Legend of Korra.
Yeah.
But calm down, guys. You don't need all that. We're good. It's done. Go make something else. Let's move on with our lives, please.
I wouldn't mind something, but
I think
all of that.
A new dedicated studio for one IP. Listen, all we got is IP. Nobody knows what to do except for big IP. People know what it is. It's guaranteed to make money.
That's needed.
Studios need safe bets. Looney Tunes aren't safe bets apparently. So anyway, I don't think we've seen this yet. Aerith's Limit Break is not damaging. It is healing. She casts a big healing spell to help out everybody in the party. So these guys, we fought one of these guys last time around, but I don't think we let them get this far. The Smoggers, if they take enough damage, will go into their Haywire Haze phase, where they just sprint around and just charge through people. But it doesn't matter because I took them out. We'll see. We'll fight more of those guys in a minute, and we'll see that happening eventually. Speaking of Nickelodeon classics, I think that's Sheen Estevez and Libby Fulfax.
You can't trust your feet.
I'll go.
Wow.
Come on.
Is he just gonna yeet the kids, or is he jumping with them?
He's gonna jump with them.
Okay.
No worries.
I fully expected it
to just throw Aerith catch.
Yeet them.
That was cool.
Wow.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Whoa, somebody said I was cool.
Let's head back.
It feels kind of weird that it's a small child. It makes me suddenly feel maybe a little bit silly about caring what people think of me.
Anyway, my point in bringing up the Avatar fighting game was that I really hope...
Aerith, don't look at me. I'm waiting for you.
...that Ty Lee is just baller. I hope that she is just
assuming she's in
tier. If she's not, I don't care about the game anymore.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant if you don't put
it's a weird game to design a fighting game for because all benders are inherently zoners in fighting game terminology. Everybody's got ranged attacks. Their entire kit would be built around ranged attacks. So how do you build someone who's just a martial artist like Ty Lee?
Yeah.
I guess Sokka, he does have technically, he has his boomerang, so he's got some ranged attacks. But.
May is knives. So
yeah, but she throws them. No, but she throws them, so she's a zoner too.
Right. I guess. I don't know, maybe you put Ty Lee up against Firebender, because they have ranged attack, but for something like that, you could build them where the further they are. Rocks are affected by gravity. Fire dissipates.
You would have to make Ty Lee if she lands a certain combo, it disables
bending. Yes,
moves.
That's what I felt should happen.
But then that's too much because then that changes somebody's entire kit.
Get good. I mean, learn how to game. I don't know what to tell you. See, that was why I was interested in it though, because I was if they're doing some kind of weird, funky thing for whatever your bending mechanic is, I might be interested. But if it's just here's shovelware fighter, then I don't care. But if I feel if it's here's shovelware fighter, why is it taking so long?
I mean, was it just announced? Is it taking a long time?
I have no idea, but I feel
what I just saw was that it was just announced. It doesn't even have a trailer. It was just said, "Hey, we're working on it." Okay. So I don't think it's taking a long time. I think it hasn't even happened. I think you shouldn't even consider it real yet. I think you should consider it potentially vaporware.
Okay, cool. I still think Ty Lee should be the best. Ty Lee, I will accept if Azula is better. If Azula is OP, that's fine.
You, Mr. Popular.
That was so cool, you guys. Especially that, yeah!
Yeah, it was really cool and you went like, yeah, yeah.
You've got it all wrong.
Like that. No way, it was way faster than that. Yeah, yeah, like that.
Fine, then how about...
Yeah, yeah.
If you, I guess there's no way to tell. If you like stop, do they like start acting it out?
No, they're just still
voice lines.
sewing or following around. Cloud, are you maybe feeling a little bit silly yet?
Oh.
Tifa, wait!
Tifa.
Tifa? What's wrong?
Nothing.
Is Tifa like your girlfriend?
No,
Bet she's someone special.
it's not like that. More like...
We haven't been on
I
our
don't know how
first
to
date
explain
yet.
it.
We haven't been on our first date yet. She asked me what kind of dress she should wear, and it was kind of sudden, and I really felt like I was being trapped somehow. I didn't know what to say.
He doesn't see me, be quiet.
Pretty sure I saw you, kid. I've got peripheral vision. Or were you looking at somebody else? I don't know who you were talking to.
Oh, he was carrying a big sword like our sword.
Thank you.
Oh.
From now on, if
I
you
don't
run
think
into
they
trouble,
just got that,
please
because we're going to
notify
see
me
more
adult,
kids with
okay?
toy swords like that.
Okay, I will. And here, since you're so cool.
Since you're so cool.
Grown-ups, but you're also one of us now. You can come and play here whenever you want.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
That's the coolest.
Cloud got a badge of coolness.
Wow.
Oh, I went to the wrong menu.
We have 2 kids telling us we're cool. Man. Oh, that is a cool necklace.
Yeah, they got a little logo. These guys have like their own graphic design department apparently.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Got a little skull with like speed lines on the back of it, or like a crown.
I thought it was like spikes, like it was a spiky.
It looks kind of like with the crowns in Kingdom Hearts almost. Like those are the 3 really thorny spikes, and then like a crossbones underneath it or something.
Like that guy that has spikes. Yawning.
That massage you had earlier was too relaxing. This dude does not seem relaxed though. Oh, never mind. He's actually pretty relaxed.
Wait.
Not him. But looks pretty damn similar.
There's the number, but why 2?
Who knows? Come to think.
The reunion. Nothing to fear.
I don't know. I really don't want to go to my high school reunion. Not that I think it would be like awful or anything, but I just don't think. I don't really think I don't really feel a need to go.
Together. Come on.
You don't know who Sephiroth
See ya.
is, do you?
Sephiroth, the war hero? I know he died in an accident 5 years ago. They said so on the news.
Maybe they did. But I've got a feeling he's still alive.
Oh.
That was a really random
right.
thing to say, Cloud.
Yeah.
You keep
Come
grabbing
on,
your
let's
head
go.
and talking about random stuff.
Then you must be from the legendary... what was the next line again?
Cloud, are you an anime protagonist? You keep grabbing your head and talking about random things. There's something wrong.
He doesn't see me, be quiet.
So they weren't reacting to that guy because he's gone. Who are those kids talking about? I couldn't get these kids to say these lines later so when I was initially rehearsing this, so I stuck around to get it this time.
Hey, wanna be in a play with me?
One of these girls, possibly both of them, talking about being in a play.
Come on! You can be my loyal knight.
I don't know, but I think there's a chance that the play that they're talking about
is the one that Jesse was in.
I don't know this for sure, but I'm pretty sure that they're doing lines from the play that Jessie was in, or that she was supposed to be in at the Gold Saucer, that we saw in that letter back in her place. Because maybe we'd see more of that in the original game.
Sick or something? Isn't that kind of weird? Can soldiers even get sick?
Oh yeah, we're all sick, kid. We're all down.
Isn't that kind of weird? Can soldiers even get sick?
Okay, we got
this cool kid.
We got some kind of blind engineer over here.
He used to be a soldier when he was younger.
Hey, Cloud. I know a lot of people around here need help. When I'm out on patrol, a lot of them tell me about their problems.
On patrol?
Do you think you might be interested in helping out?
Well, I'm all for it. We
Wait.
still have plenty of time.
What?
Where'd that Moogle come from?
Don't worry. I give you permission.
I always have the latest information. Come find me if you want to know.
Where'd that Moogle come from? That Moogle wasn't there before.
The mysterious Moogle merchant. Kids on patrol.
Yeah, so similarly to back when we were hanging out with Tifa in Sector 7, we've now got a bunch of side quests we can do around Sector 5 with Aerith.
Okay.
Do you know, is this Moogle with you?
Tell everyone around that you're here to help out. That way, you might get more work.
No, tell me about the Moogle. You see him too, right? I'm not crazy?
Oh my, is that a Moogle?
You can see me, Koopa?
I can.
Then you two must be very, very special people. In that case, welcome to the Moogle Emporium. I'm the owner, Moggy.
You must not be familiar with Mog the Moogle. It's a pretty famous fairy tale. Mog wanted to bring happiness to all the Moogles of the forest, so he decided to open a shop of wonders.
That's right, Koopa. I opened a store to bring happiness to the slums, like Mog. And you know, only people with the purest of hearts can even see Moogles.
You talking about me?
Well, Moogle magic isn't perfect. Anyway, we've collected all kinds of rare
He's
and
got the
wondrous
arm
goods.
flare.
They can be yours if you've got enough Moogle points. But you'll need to buy a membership first.
You need to find a membership.
So you just saw a second ago a side quest pop over this Moogle's head. Remember back when we helped Betty with the cats and I was talking about how no matter what quest you complete first, Aerith said the thing about, it's good to help the community out, right?
Uh-huh.
So because this is also considered a side quest, Aerith is going to have does it feel good to help people out for buying this kid's cardboard Moogle membership card?
You can spend them here, Koopa.
So, Moggy, what do you do with the medals we give you?
Oh, you know what? I use them to make everyone happy. That's the duty of every Moogle.
Of course, just like Mog the Moogle.
How cute.
So this cutscene's really funny if you just talked to him instead of doing a job, working hard.
So what are you gonna do next?
Keep on working hard.
As you always do, I'm sure.
This is how I earn a living.
Buying cardboard membership cards.
From children, hanging out with children on playgrounds.
I suppose some people do.
Hello, I'm some people. Nice to meet you.
Some people just help out for fun, not for money. This one's funny to me because, you could technically do any of the quests back with Tifa instead of, Betty with her cats. This one's right here.
Yeah.
No one's gonna not talk to him.
Yeah.
But anyway, so speaking of the Gold Saucer, the music he's playing is the theme of the Gold Saucer.
Okay.
And we can see the Chocobo and Moogle that we, got summon materia for a while ago. There's also a Cactuar and a Chocobo chick who were pre-order bonuses. They're little small summons that you can get.
Okay.
They're not very powerful, but you can summon them in some normal battles, not just boss fights. They don't really do much for you.
Yeah, but there's
little extras.
They're just cool.
But yeah, so this is where we finally know what the Moogle medals are for, because everything at Moggy's store costs Moogle medals.
Okay.
And he's got some good stuff on sale. For example, Silver Staff, we're going to flick down and grab that in just a second, is a weapon for Aerith. But first, we're going to back out real quick, because after we spend some money at his shop, Moggy has some stuff to say to us.
You guys are great! Thanks to you, I've got a ton of medals, Koopa, which means I can bring happiness to a ton of people.
Aww.
Good for you.
Hey, Cloud. Maybe say it like you mean it?
Not until I'm happy. Go on, work your magic. Make me smile. from ear to ear.
I'll need a lot more medals, Cooper.
Well, that won't do. Come on, Cloud. Let's go get more.
Good luck, guys. Welcome to the Moogle Emporium.
That was cute.
Yeah. So there's actually...
This kid's got spunk.
I actually think there's I think that the way that Cloud interacts with the kids in this chapter is actually kind of interesting because he's like, how do I put this? He's treating them like mini adults in ways that or at least in ways that they'll think that they're being treated seriously by him. There's another moment that's much more clear cut where he's not leaning over and going, "Oh, are you kids up to something?" He's still being deadpan and straightforward with them.
Nice.
But he's anyway. Whirlwind Scarf is slightly filled ATB gauge whenever you start a battle. It's basically that one materia, but weaker, and it's an accessory slot, not a materia slot.
Okay.
Salvation Badge increases the effectiveness of healing spells cast when your HP is 25% or lower.
Okay.
But I'm not bad at the game, so we're not going to get that. Graveyard Key. We're going to need that later.
Okay.
We will need that for a side quest in a little bit here. Now, these last couple of items are different. These books, Art of Swordplay, Sharpshooter's Companion, Way of the Fist, these are items that just straight up give you skill points for the different characters' weapon trees.
Dope.
Yeah, so you can get a couple of extra.
That's a cool looking book.
Yeah, that's for Barrett, that's for Tifa, and then the last one is for Aerith. And these,
that's a pretty book.
So these, you buy them and they just give you 10 SP instantaneously right now.
Heck yeah.
That's a relatively minor amount. It's like 1 or 2 free upgrades on the lower, less expensive skill trees. They'll be important later.
I've got a whole mountain of Moogle medals now. Soon I'll be able to make everyone here super happy.
That's wonderful. So, like Mog the Moogle, you'll be able to make all our hopes and dreams come true?
Not just yours, Kupo. The wishes of every single person in the slums.
It's a lot of wishes.
Lots of people in Midgard love to collect Moogle medals, you know. They'll pay anything to get their hands on more. I'm using the money to set up more shops all throughout the slums, Kupo. I'm giving jobs to the other kids and making life better for everyone here. And that's how I'll make everyone happy.
That's one way of doing it, Kupo.
And I've got extra happiness for you two.
Oh.
So what's to stop us from selling directly to these collectors?
Moogle magic, Kupo?
Next time, keep your plans to yourself.
Thanks, you guys. By working together, I know we can make the world a happier place.
That's cute.
Yeah, see, Claude's actually helping the kid out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you buy these things and you get a couple extra points for your skill trees. Right now, it's not a huge amount extra. As we'll see here, in the first core, 4 points to buy something, but in the later cores, you got to have 12 points to buy one upgrade. So 10 points isn't a lot. However, in your hard mode playthrough, the max level in this game is 50, and the entirety of the hard mode run is balanced evenly for your character to be level 50. You'll probably be level 40 to 45 when you wrap up your first run through the game. And so your the first couple hours of hard mode will be kind of difficult because you'll be a little under the leveling curve probably. But once you hit level 50, you're not going to be getting any upgrades from leveling up. But the way that they make you still do all of the side quests on New Game Plus is you get those books. You will not have enough skill points to completely max out your weapons by the ending of your first run. You will need to do side quests to be able to completely max out all of your capabilities by the ending of your hard mode run.
Okay.
So right now, those books are just a little something extra. They're just a little bit supplemental. But in your hard mode run, that's kind of how you level.
Yeah.
Moggy gets more of those in hard mode, and like I said, you get them from doing side quests. But anyway, so we got a new weapon for Aerith, Silver Staff. This is her 2 abilities so far are Soul Drain, which she gets a tiny bit of MP back, and it does a little bit of damage, but not much. And Arcane Ward, which lets you shoot multiple spells for the cost of 1.
The monsters out there are getting stronger and stronger. But that's no problem for you, though, right? Be careful anyway.
Thanks, kid.
I'll make sure to tell everyone around that you're here to help out. That way, you might get more work. Moggy's kind of interesting, huh? He's weird, but he makes everyone around him really happy. You'll see.
Okay, so Oates can see that Moogle. I guess he's got a pure heart.
Wow.
I wonder why that Moogle's hanging out here of all places, though.
Because everybody here has pure hearts, so
I
everybody
guess you're
can
right.
see
You're right.
them.
Yeah, they're all kids, right? They got their own little Destiny Islands squirreled away. Back there, exactly. But anyway, so Sorceress Storm, the ability we just got for Aerith, is basically just a straight up AoE magical damage attack around her. Which is pretty good, actually, at crowd control. It does a good bit of damage, and you can hit a lot of people with it.
Cool,
but anyway,
cool.
So we got 3 side quests other than Mysterious Moogle Merchant. We haven't been in this menu for a little bit, because we haven't had any side quests since we were hanging out with T for that time, but we got...
Kids on Patrol is long.
It's basically like every single, like, point of interest along the way of any of those is a little blip. So sometimes it'll look a little more complicated than it is. We'll see why Kids on Patrol is as long as it is in a second. It's not. It's actually not that crazy. But yeah. So just like last time around, there are 6 different side quests for us to do around Sector 5. That'll take us the next couple of episodes.
Okay.
But also, just like with Sector 7, now that we've done Aerith. Let's clean these stools up a little bit. These stools keep getting knocked around. Just hold on one second. Let me just get that back over there. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine there. Just like with Sector 7, you only have to complete 1 side quest to continue with the main story, if you're so inclined.
Okay. Aren't you? Cloud, was it?
Former soldier turned problem solver. Are you okay, Miss Folia? You look upset.
Yeah, I am pretty upset.
Jeez, okay.
The kids are still off doing patrols, even though it's now time for their lessons. Not a single one of them has come back yet.
I see.
Patrols? Is that a Leaf House thing? Something they do to help out?
That's right. In return for the donations we receive, the kids go around town picking up litter, running errands, that kind of thing. I don't suppose you've seen any of them, have you? You see, I have some important plans this evening, and I really need to go and get ready.
Would you like us to go round them up?
That would be wonderful. There are 5 of them out on patrol right now. They all wear homemade swords on their backs, so they should be easy to spot.
And they're not that hard to find, but if you're having some trouble, she tells you where they all are.
Likes to do her patrols in public areas with lots of people. One boy spends most of his time checking out the shops. One girl loves to be fussed over by folks at the community center. One boy likes to stand guard at the town gate. And don't forget, they all wear homemade swords on their backs. Thanks again for agreeing to help you guys.
I think these kids might even show up on the little, like, compass at the top of your screen if you have that on. But as discussed previously, I turn all that crap off for a clean visual experience. But anyway, we can actually come inside here. Now, the door was closed earlier when we were dropping off the flowers. So we can take a quick look around inside. There's not a whole lot of this that we can explore. We just got this main hallway and this one classroom back here.
Hey, that's plenty.
Bet you didn't know that the smell of flowers helps nourish your heart.
Oh.
Nourishment for my heart and my body. Stop thinking of food so much.
Oh, man. Hefty people always talking about food. Wah, wah. Anyway, so we got a couple of classic Final Fantasy monsters on here.
Yeah.
Chocobo and Moogle, and over on the left we had the Cactuar and the Tomberry. Tomberry are one of the most terrifying enemies in Final Fantasy, despite being cute little turtle dudes. Their whole gimmick is they're like harbingers of death. They carry a little lantern and a knife.
Yeah.
And they move very slowly. And they don't really do anything to you if you can kill them fast enough. But if they get close enough to get you with their little knife, it just does 9,999 damage.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I think I remember you explaining that to me when
Aerith, you're back.
A long time ago I sent you a picture of a guy that got that tattooed.
Lovely, don't you think?
Great job. That's wonderful.
Isn't it?
I hope that guy's doing good.
Forgot. I saw some
Didn't take 9,999 damage.
Walking towards your house a little while ago. He was dressed all in black. A little scary looking.
Oh, great.
We're not going to deal with that guy anytime soon. That is the cue for you can go continue the story.
Right? I see.
But we're not going to go. We're just going to let that Shinra suit stew for a couple of episodes. We got to help out the people around town.
Good. Let them stew. Is that what she was saying they did with the flowers?
Yep. So there are 3 different designs that they will put together depending on which
ones you bring.
the quantities of flowers that you bring along. And again. Like, so remember last time I was like kicking myself, I was like, ah, darn, I forgot to make a save file before this so I could film the alternate versions of the flowers, so I don't have footage of that, so.
I was thinking, I thought the baskets we brought were like all white.
No, they were. We brought three different types of things. I think I've tortured these folks long enough with this dude's mixtape. I'll put it back on their music. Sorry, gang. I really shouldn't be making enemies on my first day in town.
You're just trying to help out that guy trying to make a living with his music.
It's true. It's true.
Hey, there's a kiddo with a sword.
Wow, you're that soldier, right? Can I ask you a super important question? I heard bad people broke the Mako reactor, and there's gonna be another war because of it. Is that true?
Who knows? But isn't there something else you should be worrying about right now?
I forgot about Miss Folia's lesson!
Oh, excuse me. I think you could have done that without running into me, but I'll let it slide this time. But damn it, I just ran into Aerith. I'm sorry, Aerith, I'm a hypocrite. But yeah, so these kids
Oh, wow, that was really fast.
Yeah, these kids are all carrying around like little toy buster swords.
He knows my name.
Yeah, he does. Everybody knows about us. But, these kids are all carrying on these little toy buster swords. I don't think the implication is they just made them to be like Cloud.
Okay.
There's actually like a weird nebulous thing about that, because in the original game, back in 1997, the buster sword was like presumably just like a weapon that can be issued to soldier first classes. But as the compilation of Final Fantasy VII went on with movies and spin-off games and novellas and other stuff, a lot of stuff got flanderized over the years, and eventually Cloud's Buster Sword like got its own backstory about like who had it before him and who had it before that, and it was like a unique sword, and it even got a bit of a redesign like for that storyline. This version of the Buster Sword doesn't have that redesign, and there's already some stuff from the compilation that they've kind of thrown out for this, so it's a little unclear if we're going with old lore, where it's just, it's a sword, or if we're going with more recent lore, where it's a very special sword that belongs to a very special person, and it's like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
So I think the kids all running around with buster swords is probably an indication that it is the former, not the latter in this instance.
Is she mad? Oh, I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Adios.
Oh, that's the same guy. The guy with like the reddish hair and the denim jacket.
It's just there's just not enough NPCs, but that's okay.
Hey there, how goes the patrol?
This is a ludicrously expensive, complicated video game already. Looking at footage of Rebirth, which is coming out by the time this episode releases, it'll be out, but it's a few weeks in the future from here. That looks like a quadruple A video game to me. We're entering the quadruple A era. And it's looks nuts how big that game is, how much stuff there is, how polished it is. Like stuff like the scenes that we are watching right now still exist, but just like the automated lip flaps have gotten way better.
Okay.
To be fair, the automated lip flaps were also improved a little bit in the in Intergrade, the PS5 and PC upgrade of what we're playing right now.
Okay.
But they're even better compared to that.
Hey, it's the cool kid again.
Yeah.
It's a real honor to meet you.
They let blind people like cover the entry gate to the city. That doesn't really do him any favors.
When I grow up too.
You sound very determined.
I mean, if he's covering the gate, he can just kind of stand in the way and
just
be like,
in the middle.
Who goes there?
Keep his arms out wide.
Who knows what might blow up next?
I guess that means more children might be coming to the house soon.
And I think the teachers are gonna have a whole
We're making jokes while this kid is talking about people being orphaned by the attacks on the reactors.
Foley is looking for you.
Oh man, I completely forgot! I have to get back right now!
That's everyone. Let's go back to the house.
Hey, any marks around?
No, scared man, no marks around.
Get your hands on
Scared man is another quest giver. He's not important enough to get a name.
The new scent was sunbathing chocobo. That's the fried one.
The children finally came back, thanks to you two. You've been a great help. Okay, everyone, come inside. It's time to hit the books.
You guys.
I just put those stools away. What are you guys doing here?
I saw him near the hideout. We gotta do something about him.
The Toad King?
A weird, creepy monster we've seen near the hideout lately. He wears a crown and walks around like he owns the place. If he's not a king, he's gotta be monster royalty at least. I bet a soldier could beat him up easy.
Oh yeah, real easy. But here's the thing.
Oh my gosh,
I don't want it for
Cloud.
free. Or cheap.
But we don't have any money. The watch wouldn't ask for money.
But if we ask any other grown-ups for help, they'll find out about the hideout, and that'll be it.
We really don't want to.
Everybody else is running around with wooden swords, and that one kid has got a baseball bat with nails in it.
And we'll give you some cool treasure if you do.
And if that's not enough, I'll pay the rest of your fee once I open my shop.
Well, if you won't help, then we'll just have to kill it ourselves.
I'll do it for 3 gil.
Huh?
I'm offering a special discount right now on Toad King jobs. Looks like it's your lucky day.
Awesome! Now
Oh my gosh, I hadn't noticed it until you said
I wish
it.
you luck, brave warrior. I forgot all about the lesson. I really messed up this time.
One of those kids is still saying their barks about forgetting to come back for the lesson, Miss Folia. But yeah, no, that's that moment, and like the way that he's like, you know, like it seems like he's just being an asshole, but then it's like in Cloud's way that he's like, don't tell people your money making strategy.
Yeah.
I have a special discount. Like he's trying to teach these kids a little something in his own way, but he appears to be taking them seriously from their perspective. You know what I mean?
Yep. You guys are just hanging out like there's not a Toad King.
Yeah.
Here.
Toad King's out back where we killed the other guys a minute ago.
I gotcha.
Yeah, the Toad King is I mean, it's not really I guess you would say it's a mid boss. He is a unique monster.
Okay.
He's a big blue hedgehog pie.
I see.
We got to take care of him. He can be a little troublesome. He's not super tough, but I'll explain. You'll see why he's troublesome when we get in there.
Toad King made me think about the like I don't remember what it actually was, but like the little thing from Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
The big thing that like does a little song and dance.
Oh, the Triple King.
Yeah.
The applefish. Yeah.
Yes.
Classic. Have I ever shown you any of the new Yacht Club Games game? Because they've published a number of things over the years, but their Kickstarter goals for Shovel Knight were so huge that they were just making Shovel Knight expansions for a number of years. Because there were like 3 more full campaigns they added to that game.
Oh wow!
With totally different characters with totally unique mechanics.
Okay.
They were all very well received. I have not, unfortunately, ever made the time to play any of them. Joshua played 1 or 2 of them, and he was like, well, "I can't believe you never played them. They're even better than the base game."
Oh wow!
High
praise.
But yeah, no, they're working on a new game, which is a send up to like GBA era top-down Zelda games called Mina the Hollower.
Oh yeah, you have shown me, or I've seen about it.
About a little mouse scientist. They're mashing up a bunch of different stuff, just like Shovel Knight mashed up a bunch of different stuff. It's like kind of Zelda layout and perspective, but she's got a whip, so it's a little like Castlevania-y, and it's kind of horror flavored like Castlevania.
Was never in doubt.
And she's a mouse, and she like can dig underground and pop up to jump or to attack things. It's pretty neat.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
I want to say it was you that showed us that, because you were talking about how they were like restricting themselves to like color palette and like.
It's not very similarly to Shovel Knight. It's not like actually like strictly accurate to what the hardware can do, but it's like it's meant to trick your brain. It's like this is what you remember the hardware looking like. But anyway, so Hedgehog King is a little bit annoying because he's got 2 small guys with him, and he will cast Protection either on himself or on his 2 allies, which is just he's casting Barrier and Magic Ward to reduce the amount of damage that they take. But anyway, leader of the Hedgehog Pie Pack, this self-styled king wears a toy crown that he picked up in the slums. We are not going to get a good enough look at him. He is wearing like a little Burger King like
amazing
crown.
Perfect.
But yeah, he can put us to sleep. He can cast slow. But yeah, so Protection there. Those are the logos for Barrier and I think Mana Ward is what it's called, which basically just reduce physical and magical damage.
Okay.
So he will cast those either on himself or on his 2 allies, and they get real excited, and these guys are tougher than normal. They cast Fire instead of just fire.
Ooh.
And they start doing this bounce move.
Yeah.
They just jump in the air and like Sonic Spinball up and down on top of you. And like even countering it doesn't work because they get out of the way before you can hit them.
Oh, wow.
So they're kind of troublesome to deal with.
Speaking of Sonic,
oh,
my professor on Thursday was wearing Sonic socks.
Okay.
All I could think about was like, sad.
We still got to further your Sonic education because you were shanghaied into the Sonic Forces playthrough, and we need to broaden your horizons. That's like sitting you down for like Rocky 6 and then that's it.
To be fair, we also did do the Who Killed Sonic.
Yes, that's right. You came in you came in midway through Who Killed Sonic the Hedgehog. I forgot about that.
I did enjoy that.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that.
Have you seen either of the live-action Sonic the Hedgehog movies?
No.
I assumed not. Just curious. That's a funky situation because like the first one like has very little to do with Sonic, which is probably why like the design was so off because clearly like nobody was listening to anybody who knew what it should be.
Yep.
The studio knew better. The second one is like pushing in the direction of like, oh, this feels like Sonic. We haven't even seen a trailer for the third one, but just like the stuff that they're setting up is like it seems like it's going to be like a direct adaptation of one of the games, which is going to be, for reasons that I can't talk about with you, really crazy.
Okay. I've seen more of the memes about Hayden Christensen being
Hayden
Shadow.
Christensen may be Shadow. It's not yet confirmed.
Okay.
I really hope he's playing Shadow because I think he's unironically perfect casting for it.
Yes. No, exactly.
He sounds like just Anakin Skywalker a little bit deeper because he's older now. Sounds like actually just right.
Yep.
But anyway, using the Arcane Ward does let you make much faster work of those guys because if they're not jumping around too much, you can hit them with Blizzard.
Okay.
It pressures them, so you can get through that fight fairly easy. But if your Blizzards keep missing, it can be a little bit difficult to get through that fight, especially when those guys keep jumping on your head.
Oh wow, we just appeared.
Yep, if you complete a side quest, you can warp back to the quest giver.
Very cool.
Yep. Kicked his butt real good.
Awesome! I knew you could do it! Now we don't have to worry about the king and his smelly friends. Thank you so much! Here, this is for you. The treasure we promised. It's definitely worth at least 3 gil.
Okay, kids. Playtime's over for now. I've prepared a special assignment for everyone. One that I expect you to finish today. Understood?
Yes. Yes, Miss Folia.
Whee! Off they go. See you kids later.
I appreciate you getting rid of the Toad King, by the way.
Wow, Miss Folia. You must know all their secrets.
Oh, if only. Easier said than done.
Yeah.
They're always on the move, looking for new adventures, chasing new dreams. All while trying to make the lives of everyone around them just a little bit better. I try to make sure they don't stumble and fall. And when they finally do, I help them back up.
Sounds exhausting.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is. But I want the children to know that until they can stand on their own 2 feet, that I'm here to support them, care for them, love them.
Yeah.
That even if we're not actually related, we're still a family. A real family, in all the ways that matter. If I can do that for them, then maybe I'm making this world a better place.
I know you are.
My predecessor taught me everything I know. I just took up his torch and ran with it, I guess. Not that I'm anything close to what he was. Biggs is one of a kind. Oh no! I've completely lost track of time!
Do you have somewhere you need to be?
More like a dream I need to fulfill. Thank you again for your help.
So we talked a lot about last time when we were in Sector 7 that you know the side quest writing there wasn't like crazy interesting. Betty was kind of funny, but the rest of it wasn't that great. This feels, the NPCs here, the little storylines we interact with here, feel at least like marginally more 3-dimensional.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more texture to them, and I like that scene with Folia. So that kid just said we're invited to play a game, but they also gave us our reward. If you missed the pop, it said they gave us a nail bat.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because Cloud needs that.
Designed to beat the living tar out of anything and everything.
We'll see more what the nail bat's all about in the next episode, because we're gonna wrap it up there for now.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so that was first round of Sector 5 side quests.
Very nice. Very
now we'll
good.
look at this wall and look at this Moogle and that rainbow, bringing hope. How do these kids know what rainbows are?
I mean, it's just like light through
That's
water.
true.
So like if they've got hoses or something.
They've never seen a rainbow in the sky.
Right.
But they know what a rainbow is.
Yeah, but like we've seen the prism effect.
Mm.
Hopefully. Oh my god, they've never seen a rainbow. That's so sad.